Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. What's up?
Nothing much. Hanging out.
Yeah, glad to see you here today.
Yep.
Yeah, welcome to everybody. Here's our episode 5 of Bricks Banter. Glad you're here with us. 5. You know, the podcast that discusses homes, happenings, and just random things that we want to talk about. So,
Yeah.
You know, because people want to know.
Sure.
You got to give the people what they want.
Right?
Love that. Anyway, I'm Shelly Demetrellis. I'm joined with
Seth Demetrellis.
That's right. In today's episode, we're going to continue our series of steps in buying a home. We're on step
5.
Ironically, 5.
Yep.
I mean, that's insane. Step 5, we're going to talk about house design options, whether we like them or don't. A few things that I looked up that people either really like or they really don't, like separated things. And then, of course, our banter and quick snap questions. We love those. So, as always, we want to give a huge shout out to Tim Chase and 719 Lending for letting us use their studio here.
Yeah.
Love that. They're there for all your lending needs, whether you need a new mortgage or a refi, or, you know, you can get a hold of them at 844-719-LEND, 719 Lending. I love them. Anyway, well, let's get down to the brass tacks of our talk today. We're going to give you some good ideas, some good insight. You know, of course, stick around to the end because we always want to know what's on Seth's mind.
There's nothing much most of the time.
I mean, a little bit. Well, first of all, how was your week last week? It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Not too bad. How about yours?
Yeah, you know, not so bad. Not so bad. Had anything big happen? Anything go on?
Nah, nothing too crazy.
Didn't go on a trip anywhere?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Wow.
Well, you want to say it on 3 where we went? See if we went the same place?
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Ohio.
Oh, Branson. I went to Branson, Missouri.
Well, I was in Branson too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I didn't go to Ohio. I just wanted to throw you off a little
I know.
bit.
I figured as much. Ha ha ha. Yeah, there for the big birthday, Gloria's big birthday. We won't say how old she was, but it ends in a 0, and it's got a pretty high number at the beginning. But whole family was there. Good times.
Sure.
Good times. First time in Branson, so
Yeah, it's a cool place.
yeah.
I quite like it.
Saw a couple shows. That was good.
Yeah. I went to a couple different museums.
Oh yeah. What kind of museums?
I had car museum, toy museum,
Oh,
you know, kind of fitting in with my theme of enjoying cars and toys.
got that.
Yeah.
Anything good? Anything you saw that was like, I gotta have
A lot of things, a lot of cars, and I thought, well, I could really
that. You could really have with us. Yeah. Yeah. Love that.
My favorite was this light blue, I think it was a 70s Charger.
Oh wow.
That thing was nice.
Nice.
Yep. And it was Resto Mods. They had put a new motor in it, like a newer one that's fuel injected.
Oh yeah.
It's more reliable. You know?
I love that.
Yeah, old style, new
Cool.
reliability. Yep.
Yeah. Anybody out there listening, if you've been to Branson, let us know your favorite thing that you like to do there.
There's a lot of things to do.
There's a lot of things. We were only there for like 3 days and we did a lot of things. So
Yep.
yeah, if you've been there, let us know what you like to do. So you recommend us for next time we go, because we may be going back. Who knows?
I mean, we didn't do everything there, so it's kind of unfinished business.
True. It's
you
true.
know?
Very true. Yeah. Well, good.
Yep.
Sounds like a good trip. Fun times. A lot of long drive. We drove there.
Yep.
It's like 12 hours
It's a long drive.
in the car.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's long. But it's all right.
Yep.
So.
Getting back on track with step 5.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Well,
I'm just a stickler for orders, so.
Okay.
Getting
Well,
back on
okay.
track
Well, we
with
have to
step
go through
5.
steps 1 through 4. So,
Okay.
you know, it's quiz
All right.
time. Quiz time.
Quiz
Pop
time.
Quiz. All right. What was step 1?
Mo money, mo problems.
Mo money and setting your goals. That was like step 1.1 and 1.2. Yeah. You know, it's
Setting your goals.
we didn't agree on that.
knowing what
That's
you
okay.
need,
Yeah. Step 1. Then step 2, the most important step.
Finding a real estate professional.
Finding your real estate professional, which should be Seth Demetrellis. Like,
Ooh, I don't know. Shelly Demetrellis is also pretty good.
I mean, either or. You work with one, you get both.
That's true.
That's kind of how it
This
is.
is true.
So, you know.
You do get both.
Yeah. So finding that real estate professional, super easy.
Yep.
You just give us a call.
Exactly.
So, step 3. Then we had to find the right.
Find the right house by going and looking at them.
That's right. Had to
Gotta
find
go
the
look
right
at
house. Yep. And then step 4, which was last week, was making the offer and doing
Yes.
all the things. And there's so
There's
much
so many-
more.
Yep.
I mean, we kind of condensed it down to like, you know, cliff notes at that point, but
There's a lot that goes on in
yeah,
step
we're
4.
gonna go back and go through those. Like, we want to make sure that, you know, because things change, but you know,
Oh.
pretty much for the most part, 95% of the time, it's pretty basic. So we're on step 5. Step 5, you got any clue what it could be?
Yeah, after we've, figured out what we needed, gone and looked at it, achieved the financing, all that, we're coming to the closing stages, baby.
That's right.
Yep.
Crossing that finish line.
Exactly.
Getting the medal.
Getting it done.
Winning the award. Love that. Let's go.
Yeah.
So closing the deal. That's the final step, kind of, in like the process itself. So big one, finalizing your loan terms.
Yep.
This is when you're really going to be talking to your lender if you have a loan. So, because they're going to be asking you for all kinds of like last minute documents, all the things you got to finalize the stuff and understanding your numbers. Why is that important?
Just understanding, making sure that you can actually afford what you're buying and understanding if it fits into your budget.
Yeah.
Once you get that final tally of numbers, I mean, you gotta pay attention to what that's going to do, whether it's going to decrease your monthly expenses, increase your monthly expenses. So.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly. Because, during the process, there's a lot of, insurance is going to cost approximately this much and property taxes will approximately be this.
Yeah.
But, once you get to the closing table, you're going to have that settlement statement.
Those final numbers.
You can see those final numbers.
Yep.
And your lender, one fun thing is they have to disclose that to you how many days prior to closing?
Is it 3?
It is 3.
3,
yeah. 3 days. They got to give you that. So you got...
Which is plenty of time to, budget it, mull it over, think about it.
Really is, yeah. Yeah, because, at that point, like, we're going to the closing. You're locked in.
You're locked in.
But, we don't want any surprises.
Exactly. Yes.
You don't want any surprises. Make sure you understand, like, if there's an HOA, that's a big deal. Because, sometimes that can be rolled into your escrow, into your payment. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you pay it separately. Yeah. So, you got to figure those numbers out and figure out what your lender has put in there.
Right.
So, because usually you can roll your property insurance and your taxes into your monthly payment, into your, and those funds sit in escrow, but HOA sometimes not. And then you have the closing costs, of course. You got to pay the title company. Yep. You got to pay, if there's any transfer fees or anything like that. So, like, it's super important. So, I'd say that's the biggest step.
Yep, the final tally. That's. Surprises might be fun in other things, but not in real estate. No, disclosure is our job.
That's right.
You want to know every single thing.
Right. And you should. If you're working with us, you're definitely going to know that. So we're definitely going to make sure you know that. So once you know your numbers and then you know that, then the day before, what are we going to do? For day before we close or day of?
Party.
Well, yeah, but you want to go walk that property.
Oh yeah, which is actually one of my favorite parts of real estate is the final walkthrough.
Why is that?
Because it's going to be the new homeowner's last time walking through somebody else's house. After you have that final walkthrough, you go sit at the closing table and sign all those fancy little documents. Next time you walk through that house, it's yours.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I know. And I mean, a lot of people are really excited during that final walkthrough period. They just can't wait.
Which they should be.
Yeah. That's why it's the most fun part,
Right.
You've got through all the hurdles. You checked off all the boxes. Now you get to see the end result coming.
I love that.
Close.
Yeah. So at the final walkthrough, what are we looking for?
Just to make sure that nothing has changed with the condition of the property. Everything is, up to standard as it was before, which, you're buying what you think you're buying,
Yeah.
And just making sure that, you're acquiring the keys, you're just doing your due diligence, making sure.
Yeah, making sure all the appliances are there.
Yep.
And they didn't like swap out this fancy new stainless steel, kitchen stuff with this old stuff. Like, wait a minute. That's happened, actually. We've seen that happen.
Yeah.
That, sellers will show the property and then they'll swap it out and think nobody's going to notice.
Yeah, they'll just add it in the, not included section of the contracts.
Yeah, well, so making sure everything, the home is as you saw it.
Yes.
Minus the exclusions, of course,
Right.
Like, so, and
also making sure it's cleaned out.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Making sure that everything is supposed to be out. I mean, most of the time, I'm not so much worried about people, taking stuff. Worried about them not taking their stuff.
Right.
I feel like I see that a lot more often.
I feel like we do see that a lot more often.
Yeah.
So, because that's an expense on a buyer.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you go there and the house is full of random stuff, like, that needs to be gone.
Or if, they didn't dispose of a whole bunch of paint in the shed out back, and now you've got an extra fee of getting rid of that paint and moving it there.
Right.
So really just making sure that the property's in the condition in which you saw it, and also to the condition of the contract.
Yeah.
So.
And that's where we as real estate professionals are going to help you.
Absolutely.
And make sure that, we're walking through that property with you as well. And, in the case that maybe you can't be here and you're, out of state and you're moving here, like that's one thing we're going to do. We're going to make sure we're going to walk that property and make sure that, you're getting, like you said, you're getting what you bought, what you're paying for, because that's a big deal. Making sure that anything we negotiated to be repaired, it has been repaired. That's a really good thing to look for. Then you're going to have to, of course, transfer the utilities over to your name as of the closing date.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, so you as a buyer, what day do you actually own that home?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's just, wait, as a buyer, what day?
Yeah. If you're a buyer and you're sitting at the closing table and that loan has funded, say today on the 25th.
Yeah.
What day do you own that home? Is it the 25th or the next day?
Pretty sure it's the 25th.
That's right. It's that
and then
day.
you have to get the utilities transferred over.
That's right. So you as a buyer want to make sure you get them started at least that day, if not the day before, in your name.
Right.
Because, we certainly don't want you to have to pay extra fees and you show up and there's no lights on. That's happened too. So we'll make sure, again, that. Then you also need to, the one everybody loves to do, you got to change your address on everything in your life. Change of address.
That's one of the worst parts.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things that your address is on that you don't, you just forget about.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Plus you're so excited to be moving in and all the things that kind of sometimes gets, pushed by the wayside. So you want to make sure. Oh, yeah. And then if you got a home warranty, you want to make sure that, so make sure you know what that warranty covers, because home warranties can cover basics. And they can cover all kinds. They can cover, water heaters, air conditioning, appliances, and some do, some don't. It really just depends. So
that's just as important as understanding everything else, because home warranties, they're all different. Like you said, every single one of them is different.
Exactly.
You got to understand what is covered and what's not covered.
Right.
So
lots of little things at the end that, like I said, that's part of the reason we're there to help you, is make sure you address all of them. Mm-hmm. It's super important.
Yeah, I know when I'm going through, I spend a lot of time on the home warranty just because at that point you've already done the stressful part of all the other documents. So you're just excited to get the house. You're not listening as much.
Right.
So I am to the point when it comes to the home warranty and understanding how that works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got one, and if you didn't get one, you as a buyer, you can also purchase one yourself for the property. So if you didn't get one in negotiation or it just wasn't, on the table, then you can always go get one. So, and we can help you with that too. Again, as as your trusted real estate professional.
That's correct.
That's what we can do.
Yep.
So, so that was step 5. And then pretty much after that, get the keys and go home.
There's still quite a bit to do.
Got to go home.
Yeah, still a bit
moving. Hopefully, like you said, it's clean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Home ownership is a never-ending process.
It really is. It really is. But it's so fun.
Yeah,
so
you've done the hard part.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's the stressful part. So
yeah.
That's step 5. Then we've kind of covered it all. Like I said, we're going to go back through kind of each step and break down some of the bigger chunks in there.
Yeah.
And kind of get into the nitty-gritty of it. So.
Right.
Love that. Yep. Love that. Step 5, all done. We bought a house. Look at that.
Look at that. We are now the official owner.
We are the official owner. How exciting.
Right?
Yeah. And it's so exciting, especially, you see little kids and stuff. They get so excited about it. It's going to be my room. And then they start fighting over it. I mean, that's awesome. Just kidding. Oh, that's fun too. So anyway, well, we're through that series. So I don't know. Next week we'll have to either start, selling a house or breaking down some of these buying chunks. I don't know. I'll let you pick. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Let me know. We'll start into a new series, but that's kind of the basics, kind of a overhead view, of kind of just going through what it takes to buy a house here. Right. And I mean, there's, like I said, a lot more steps.
Oh yeah. I'm like the basics.
That's just the basics. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All righty. Well, let's move on to topic 2. Last week we talked about your favorite gathering place in the house, which was the
cupboard.
It wasn't the cupboard.
Garage.
Right. It was the garage.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
It's good times. So this week, I don't know. We talked about my favorite place in the house. We talked about your favorite place. So I was like, well, maybe this week we'll talk about some controversial home design. Like people are like either one side or the other.
Right.
Like there is no middle in some things. So I kind of just looked up some things and I'm gonna want to get your take on it.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you think about carpet in the bedroom? Yes or no?
I think carpet in the bedroom is a must.
Why is that?
I don't know, because if I've got the hardwood down or tile, you're either in the kitchen or the bathroom. I think it's just personal experience. I've always lived in, my bedroom has always been with carpet, so I haven't gone without. Because even when people don't have carpet in their bedroom, what do?
I don't know.
Put a rug down.
Put a rug down, of course.
And then you've got carpet in your bedroom. So
yeah,
I think it's a must, but
yeah,
depends on what you're doing in there, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've lived both. I've lived in places where there wasn't and places there was, and I put a rug down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I think it's just because you get out of bed and you're like, warm, and then you step onto a cold, like that's awful. Like you don't want to step onto a cold floor. Like that's brutal. So
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people, I was reading, a lot of people are just like, they like the clean look through the whole house, which I totally get.
I didn't get that. Yeah.
I get that, but I don't know. And I don't have pets or anything in the bedroom. So like, I don't have to worry about that, but a lot of people do. So that's kind of their, if they have pets, then, maybe not carpet, but I don't know. I kind of like the nice fluffy carpet in the bedroom.
Well, I think, and it comes down to a different question. It's like, are you a socks in the house or no socks in the house kind of person?
Oh, great question. So what's your answer?
I don't wear socks in the house. Like as soon as I get home, take my shoes, take my socks off. And
really?
Barefoot, which is why I like carpet. Yeah.
I get that.
Because if you had hardwood,
it'd be cold.
But if you had socks on,
well, that's
it's
true.
not so bad.
I'm kind of both. Most of the time I do wear socks, but sometimes I don't. I mean, obviously when I get out of bed, and I don't wear socks to bed. I'm not a socks in bed kind of person. Like I can't go there. Like that is just like way too much. Some people are, and that's great for them, but not for me. So that's why I like you said, I like to get up because when I hit the bathroom floor, it's cold. I don't like that.
Well, a lot of people have those heated bathroom tiles too.
Oh yeah.
I've never had anything.
No, me either. I don't have anything that fancy.
I do think they're cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So you are pro carpet in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna have to agree with that.
And even the people that aren't most of the time are looking at you. Because you put a rug down.
So what about you out there? Are you pro carpet in the bedroom or no? Like I don't know. And give us your reason why. Mine is just the whole cold feet thing. I don't like that. So,
no, I get it.
And it feels good. Carpet.
I get it. Yeah.
So, okay. How about barn doors in a house? Like the sliding doors. Are you pro or con? Like, what's up there?
I'm a huge fan
of barn doors.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we totally differ on this one then.
No,
I'm not a huge barn door fan.
I love it.
It's. I don't know. I mean, in some areas, I guess they look okay, but. I guess, I don't know. Why do you like them? Why?
Well, I think it adds a lot of character to the house. Yeah, because, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's the ones that are like painted with the color of the wall, all aesthetically pleasing and whatever. But then you see the ones that are like, I guess you could say patinaed,
sure.
Like look like a barn door, and then they've got that big, metal roller on top, and it just looks more industrial, and I think it's cool.
Oh, so you like the industrial kind of look?
Like I like it's got more moving pieces than just.
But it's a barn door. It's not industrial.
Well, right. Well, but it's got more moving pieces to it.
Well, that's true.
Because I am not a fan of glass doors.
Really?
Can't stand them.
Don't like the glass doors. Why is that? Don't like working in a fishbowl, sitting in a fishbowl?
Yeah.
People just come by and they're like, what are you doing in there?
That's the thing is like, most of the time I just leave the doors to rooms open. But if I want to be in there by myself and I close the door and there's a window, you're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything.
Like, and then the people make the argument, they're like, oh, what about the frosted glass? Why would I take an extra step? Because then you just make it, a solid door with glass in it that you can't see through.
That's true.
It's the same as just a regular door. Yeah. But no, I like the barn doors. I think they look cool.
I'm not a huge fan of them just because they take up space, I feel like.
They take up a ton of space.
Because when you push it away, like that whole wall has to be like empty.
Uh-huh.
Like you can't put anything there.
Yeah.
So it's like, There's
No,
nothing.
That's nice.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, then again, I'm not one of those people that's got 1,000 different pictures up on the wall.
Well, that's true.
So it kind of takes up, like if I want to, have people over and I push the barn door over, I've got the open entrance, and then I've also got that thing that looks like it's hanging on the wall. So,
Gotcha.
because I'm not a big, put it on the wall kind of guy.
Okay. I'll throw spaghetti on the wall, see if it sticks.
Well, maybe. I do like spaghetti.
That's so funny. Okay, well, we're different on that one because I'm not.
There's a lot of different opinions on that.
Well, there is.
And I feel like most of the people watching us are going to be anti-barn door.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I think you just got to be a special kind of person to like it.
And like I said, like it's either you love them or you hate them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was reading things.
I think they're cool.
Like, I don't know. People definitely have opinions about it.
Although,
yeah,
I will say, I'm much more of a fan of one big one that slides one way than the ones that open.
Oh, then two.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
like
that's like
the
a whole
two.
wall.
Yeah, well, I don't like the two because then it's on both sides.
Right.
Plus, again, it's just like a normal door. But like, what's cool about the barn door is it's very unique.
It is.
So when you slide it all the way across, I don't know. It's kind of
okay. Well, if you're pro barn door, or if you have a barn door, post a picture. We'd love to see it. So, and if you're not, and you're like me, then let us know why not. Because we'd love to know.
Exactly.
Because Seth thinks more people are going to be anti-barn door.
Yeah.
Anti-barn door.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's popular. So.
Okay. Well, I got one more for you. I had a couple other ones, and this is a big thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Are you pro toilet room, or do you like the toilet in the bathroom open?
And this isn't really the question for me because I live by myself. Like I don't have anybody else, so
you're just leaving the barn door open for everybody. That's what you're saying.
For me, it doesn't really matter. But I mean, I can understand the appeal of the primary bathroom with the closet toilet versus the rest of the layout of the bathroom. I could understand the appeal of that.
Yeah.
I'm single, so I am a partner.
Oh, Seth is single, ladies.
Long time
single. You're looking?
I mean, yeah. No, not really looking, but never not looking. But.
Yeah, I am definitely a fan of the water closet, as they call it, the WC.
Is that what they call it?
Well, that's what they call it in Europe, the WC, the water closet. And it's just I have one in my primary.
I was gonna say,
and it's kind of nice because after people are in there, you can shut that door and kind of leave the sense of that they may leave in there. Till they can dissipate and go away, instead of the whole bathroom.
Nah, that's why you got to get the flow with the barn door. Run it through the whole house.
I feel like there's a lot of barn doors on bathrooms in like primaries.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would have to say so, yeah. That's probably, I would say, one of the bigger places that I see that.
Probably. Yeah, because in my house, I don't have a door. I have a curtain that I hung up there. But, and we talked about a barn door, but I don't like barn doors. So.
I don't think that would look good in your house.
No?
No.
Yeah, not the thing.
No.
So, but yeah, okay. Well, I was just kind of seeing, like I said, that like people are way divided on these things. So we want to know your opinion. What do you think? Are you pro or con all the things we talked about? So, moving on to our favorite topic number 3, which is always, let's ask Seth some random questions.
Yep.
See what's on his mind, because I enjoy that. So last week we talked about the Disney princess who would make the best spy.
Yep.
Yeah, I have another Disney princess question for you today.
Wonderful. I know the princesses.
I know you do. If you need to know about Disney princesses, Seth is your person.
No, probably not. Okay.
He knows them all. Okay, but this one, I don't know. I feel like you either have an immediate answer or you might have to like sort it out. Okay. But you may know. Are you ready?
Yeah, ask away, man.
Okay. Which Disney princess is the most annoying? That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See? It's tough.
I don't know.
I mean, there's got to be one that's just like so annoying to you for one reason or another. Seth likes all the princesses.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. No,
Come on. I know you got one.
I actually think the princes are way more annoying.
Why?
I don't know. Because, they're just so cookie cutter, so boring. At least the princesses are.
We don't really know a lot about the princesses. It's always about the princesses. the story is about the princesses,
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
princes.
Yeah.
So it's not really so much about them.
No.
So
Standing up for the princes. I don't know. They're all just the same character, I'd have to say.
no, but there's got to be one that's like super annoying.
A Disney princess?
Yeah.
It's,
Come on, man.
I feel like there's definitely one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blanking, let's say.
Kind of blanking.
Yeah, a little bit. What about you? While I think.
I don't know. I kind of went back and forth between a couple,
Okay.
but I don't know. I kind of think Cinderella's a little bit annoying because she's all like, feeling sorry for herself, but she just like constantly works. She doesn't like try to stand up for herself. And when she does, they're like, oh no. And then she's like, okay. It's like, but then she complains about it. I'm like, come on, guy. Like, you got to get in there. You got to get in there and fight for yourself.
Okay.
That
makes sense.
You got to do that. So stop being annoying. Like, just go do it.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself. No, you don't have an answer for me today? I stumped you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh
I'm gonna
gosh. It's exciting.
I'm going to go with Rapunzel, probably.
Oh, she was kind of my second or third choice.
Yeah.
She's just kind of like hyper.
Well, she's hyper and she's also just really not that capable of taking care of herself.
I mean, that's all she does is take care of herself.
No, but like she's locked away in the tower.
Yeah, she lives in a bubble, like her own little bubble world. So
Yeah. I feel like she could have left a lot sooner. I don't know.
I feel like she could have too, but like she believed, she was kind of brainwashed.
Well, exactly.
So
Like she's just not very
she's a little
capable of
annoying,
thought. Going.
I gotcha. A little annoying. There.
Maybe life is bigger than this tower. I don't know.
Maybe.
Also, mother does not know best.
Yes, she does.
Maybe. Probably not.
Oh, I stumped him today. Well, if you have an answer, we want to know.
No,
We
I didn't
definitely
have
want to
one popped
know
in mind.
which Disney princess is the most annoying and why.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. You're thinking about it out there. You are. Like I said, either one like pops into your head or you had to think about it. So definitely.
Yeah. For the most part, they're not that bad.
Okay. Okay. Personal question. Here we go. Ready?
Why do you have so many questions about Disney princesses?
I don't know, because I just wanted to like extend last week's series,
Okay,
guy.
all right.
Like, cut me some slack.
What, are we going to do a 5-part series on Disney princess questions?
I mean,
or-
maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know a lot about the new ones because I haven't had little kids in a long time. So, like,
Yeah.
But I figured, I don't know, it just popped up in my thing and I was like, oh, we talked about this, the spy one. Let's see who's annoying. So maybe brush up on some Disney princess stuff because you might get another one next week.
Great.
Or you can ask me one. I don't even know.
Okay. Personal
So,
questions.
Okay, personal question. Well, I mean, we don't really know a lot about you. So,
Okay, let's learn
it's
some
like,
stuff.
I mean, today we learned you're single.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Love that. Love that.
Interesting for sure.
Yeah, 719-500-7129. No, I'm just kidding. Give us a call.
I mean, send your applications.
Give us a call, right? Okay,
You're
so
not getting much.
yeah, so okay, my question: what was your most fun family tradition that you can remember that you enjoyed the most, or did you have any? I don't even know.
I mean, we have a couple family traditions.
Do we? Well, yeah. Which one's your favorite?
I don't know. I think taking the Jeeps to Moab every single Easter Jeep safari is probably my favorite.
Oh, that's fun. Oh yeah, we've been doing that since you were little.
Yeah, we've been going for 11 years at this point.
11 years.
Since I was 11.
Yeah. Well, actually, we skipped 2020, right?
Well, yeah, because it didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, so that's like, yeah,
No, it's 11 with 2020.
it's 11 with 2020. Well, that's fun. Yeah, that is fun. Hitting the trails.
Mhm.
It's a little different now. I mean, you're a little littler. You had to ride along. Now you drive your own Jeep, so that's fun.
Yeah, it's been interesting because, like you said, I used to just ride along and then I learned to drive on the trails. I was driving out there, taking obstacles and stuff,
Love that.
But they're closing most of the trails these days, and it's getting harder and harder to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's good. I love that. That's a fun family tradition.
Yeah.
It's good
think so.
times. Yeah. Okay, my final question of the day.
Okay.
Who makes you laugh the most out of everybody in the world? Who makes you laugh the most?
Myself, because I'm hilarious.
Oh my God. Boom. Where's that button? Push that button. Rim shot right there. There it is. There it is, people.
I don't know. Who makes me laugh?
Yeah. Obviously, it's not your girlfriend
No.
because you don't have one of those.
No. No.
Again, taking applications.
I would probably say my best friends and business partners.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a hoot.
Yeah, you've known them pretty much all through school.
Yeah. Yeah, now we're, adults working together.
Yeah, yeah. Did they have girlfriends?
One of them does.
One of them has a girlfriend.
Yeah, the other one I've been trying to play matchmaker with for a long time.
I see. So we have 2 available gentlemen.
Yeah, well,
2 with
one,
no girlfriend.
for sure. He'll,
Yeah.
he wants one real bad.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Okay.
He's actively looking.
Well,
I couldn't care less, really.
you're just trying to find the Disney princess that's least annoying. That's it.
That's the one.
That's the one. I love that. So excellent.
No, but I would have to say them. I mean, we have great banter and... Oh, wait, hold on, my bad. Probably my mom.
Oh, God.
She's freaking hilarious.
Oh, I bet she is.
I
Love
know.
to meet her
She's
someday.
a super great lady. So
Yeah, probably.
probably the right answer.
Probably. Yeah. Is there a right answer?
No, I mean, I have a lot of fun with a lot of people. I'm kind of.
That's awesome.
I'm a goofy person. So.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Well, we'll close it up today. This week starts October.
Yeah.
Starting October this week. October 1st is International Coffee Day. Big day for you and me.
Yeah, we're not coffee.
No, we're not coffee drinkers, but there's a whole bunch of people that are coffee
I
drinkers.
would say the majority of people drink coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know what percentage.
Your dad drinks coffee, but he's the only one in the house that drinks coffee. So,
I would guess in the United States somewhere around probably 65-70%.
oh, I think so.
Yeah.
A lot of people drink
A lot of
coffee.
people drink coffee.
Even younger and younger nowadays. So.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So if you're a coffee drinker and you know a good coffee spot here in Colorado Springs, let us know where you like to go. We love to give a shout out to the local businesses here. Unfortunately, Seth and I are not well versed in this.
No.
However, Friday, October 4th is National Taco Day.
I'm well versed in that.
Yeah, a little bit of taco. Oh, you'd think it'd go on Tuesday, but I guess it's October 4th. So it's on Friday this year, but it's Taco Tuesday, all the things. So yeah.
Tacos are for every day.
Tacos are for every day of the week. I do agree. I do
You can
agree.
have a taco whenever.
So yeah, last week was quesadilla week. Did you ever go get a quesadilla?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good times.
Oh, quesadilla.
Do love some quesadilla. This is my whole food holiday thing. We started with cheeseburgers and then shakes and then tacos and
You forgot about pizza.
and pizza. Yeah. I mean, we're just moving on. All the fun party days. So yeah, go out and get yourself a cup of coffee and a taco this week and celebrate those holidays. It's a good cause. Definitely. So, anything else? Anything else you want to leave us with today?
No, as we're getting into this fall season, my favorite time of the year.
No.
Let's all just remember to be thankful for the freedoms that we have in America.
Okay.
Thanks again to our troops and the people that serve us on a daily basis.
Yep.
Appreciate those people.
Yep.
And shout out to all the construction workers too.
Oh yeah.
They've been working. They've been busting their butt around the city.
Been fixing these roads.
Yep.
Yep. Big shout out to them.
Big shout out to everybody who does service. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. All you in the service industry.
Yep.
For sure.
I mean, even when it comes to fast food service, I did that for a long time too.
Yeah.
Just shout out to everybody who works on a daily basis with people, because trust me, I know it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It is difficult. It's
hard,
difficult,
so.
But we're all here to support each other and build a community. That's what we're all about. So.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I love that.
Keep
I
helping
love
one
that for
another.
you.
Yep.
So okay, well, thanks for taking us to the end there. I love that.
For sure, man.
Big shout outs. I mean, we want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Yep.
Next week, we're gonna start a new series. We're gonna figure out what it is. You have to come back and see what Seth chooses.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going to let us know. So we're going to start that. And of course, I'll talk about some happenings and some other fun things. We like to have fun. So if you enjoyed our show, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Demetrillis Homes. You can always give us a call at 719-500-7129 or email at demetrillishomes@gmail.com.
Yep.
We're here to help, and that's what we want to do. Help, make home ownership a fun time.
And a possibility for everybody.
And a possibility for everybody.
Yep.
Exactly. So again, we want to shout out 719 Lending for letting us use their space. They're fantastic.
Yep.
Definitely give them a call. Let's see, 844-719-LEND. Yeah, 719lending.com. So
Thanks, Tim Chase.
thanks, Tim Chase. Love that. Okay, well, have a great week. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Now all the legal stuff.
Well, we have to end the show.
Yep.
Time for the stuff at the end.
That's right. The
Secret stuff together. Anyway, Seth and Shelly Demonstralis, that's us. We're licensed realtors in the state of Colorado. We assume no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in the content of this podcast. The information contained in this podcast is purely for entertainment purposes. We encourage you to seek legal counsel for official information related to any topic discussed. Peace out.